Hello and welcome to Verista BioBytes, your source for all things thought leadership in the life science industry. I'm Tom Libonate, marketing strategist for Verista, and today we have a special guest, Julie Wood, senior delivery manager for Verista. Julie, hi and welcome.
Thank you. Hi, Tom. It's nice to be here.
Great to have you here. So today we're going to be talking about commissioning, qualification, and validation, CQV in the industry. And Julie, I'd like to see if we can get to the main topic by asking you first off, what exactly do you do in your duties as a service line manager?
Sure. So from the manager side of things, I manage and maintain our existing client relationships to work to make sure that we have successful project outcomes, working alongside our client partner to identify new opportunities within those clients, as also finding other potential new accounts. We work to understand their needs, what their expectations are on projects, and then generate those proposals. For my team, I track their hours, review their expenses, mentor them, guide them so that they're successful in their careers, and as well making sure that they're just staying focused and keeping busy on their projects.
Great. And I want to apologize. I think I called you a service line manager. You're senior delivery manager. Is that correct?
Correct. Yeah, senior delivery manager.
My apologies. No worries. Well, okay. Thanks for that overview. So right now, what industry are you supporting and what changes are you seeing?
So right now, my main focus is in the food and beverage industry. So back in 2011, the FDA implemented the Food Safety Modernization Act. So this shifts the focus from a reactive response to recalls. I know we've all heard of fruit and vegetable recalls, infant formula, lunch meat. So they're changing from that reactive response to more of a preventative and proactive response. So as the years have gone by, you're starting to see the trends that expectations in the food and beverage industry are trending more towards what we see in medical device and pharmaceutical industries.
Okay, so the same changes you're seeing in food and bev, we're seeing in medical device and pharma as well.
So yeah, the food and beverage industry, I don't want to say has been as clear cut, but we have specific guidance in medical device and pharmaceuticals. And so those are much stricter when it comes to some of their expectations for documentation, objective evidence, what's expected, even in what we call good documentation practices. Right. So the trend lately that we're seeing in the food and beverage industry is moving towards those same expectations and holding those businesses accountable, just like we do pharmaceuticals. When we're dealing with nutritional products, whether it's for infants or even for the older generation, we expect to be held businesses to be held at higher accountability, just like we would for those who, like I said, use medical devices or take pharmaceuticals.
Gotcha. Great. Well, thank you for amplifying the answer. I appreciate it.
No problem.
So I also want to ask you, how are companies responding to the changes you just mentioned, and what challenges are they expecting?
So overall, the companies are responding well. It's definitely a change in focus for them. Working with the individuals, it's getting them to understand what the expectations are up front, and just changing their focus in their mindset. They've been handling documentation a certain way for a number of years. Some of these companies have been in business 50, 60 years. They've always done it a certain way. And so now we're coming in and asking them to do things a little different. So they respond well. They're not resistant to the change, but it's just the continual reminder of, why we have to do this, how important it is that we do these changes, and just really teach them and help them learn the new requirements or the new standards that are being set in place.
That's great. Do you find that they're listening, that they're hearing that, as you say, like the stuff that you are proposing, and the changes that you recommend?
They do understand. Again, they still challenge some of it because, again, they're trying to understand. And in some aspects, it's quite different what we're asking them to do. So overall, they understand why we have to do it, but they're struggling to continue to remember to do it.
Gotcha. Gotcha. Makes sense. No, it's like anything else, right?
Yeah.
So lastly, I just wanted to ask, in terms of CQV, how does that play a part in these changes that you've been speaking about?
So the big thing is really pushing the validation portion of it, and for them to understand what that means. So there's different levels in the CQV world of documentation. So we might do what's called an engineering study. And so that is where you go and you try to figure out what the machine settings are. How does my machine work? You know, how does the process respond to different changes in the machine, just to overall understand it. In the past, companies have taken that document, which isn't necessarily a true validation document. And now they've said, okay, well, we did all this. We understand the equipment, you know, we should be okay. And now what we're asking them to do is take that knowledge that they learned. So maybe it's a temperature range. So they know their equipment works best, you know, at this range. Now we're asking them, now you have to challenge that. So in an official validation protocol, yes, you know, this works. Let's challenge it and try to push that system to its limits. And again, that's just something different that they've never had to have that level of documentation in the past.
Right. So again, overcoming those hurdles that they
Yep.
haven't done. Well, again, Julie, thanks so much for your time. This has been great, especially for me, you know, just elucidating what I don't know about CQV and hopefully helping some of our viewers as well, like just give them some more insights into the industry that you're working in and, you know, the challenges you're overcoming. So again, thank you so much for your time. Everyone else, thank you very much for tuning in. Feel free, if you have any questions, to email us at info@verista.com. And thanks again for tuning in to Verista BioBytes. Have a great day.